それは現代の科学では解明できねえんだ。ルフィ、アフロにしたらパンチ力が増すんだぜ。
Maybe mash my M&M's, long ring, long land. Something's on my lip. Mommy made me mash my M&M's, long ring, long land. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
麦わらってしておしけついてるかい
行こうか、おっさん。ああ、イエ
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video.
In this video, I'll be giving my review on the Long Ring Long Land arc in the Water 7 saga. But before we get into the video,
Please be sure to subscribe to the channel as well as hit that notification bell to get notified for more content that I put out. So if you've never joined this video, be sure to hit us with a like and leave a comment and let us know your thoughts. So, without any further ado, let's just get into it, y'all. See? Look at that.
nailed it!
If she ain't got a butt, fucking get into it, yo.
Cool. So let's get into the Long Ring Long Land arc of the Water 7 saga. How you feeling about it? How you feeling so far?
You know, at first, I didn't like it.
First, I didn't like it.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I didn't like it at first, but it really started growing on me. We started watching a few episodes again last night just because I wanted to refresh because I'm already in the Water 7 arc.
Which is a lot for you.
Which is a lot. But, so I just needed a refresh, and, like, I actually kind of like this arc.
At
like
second rewatch.
Yeah, it's still not my favorite, and I don't think it will be my favorite, but, it started growing on me. But, so the arc really begins with an unrelated scene, but I have a feeling it's going to be kind of important. It opens up with Doflamingo and Bellamy. We learn that Bellamy works under Doflamingo, and Doflamingo is that guy who seems to be able to control people's bodies. But it leaves kind of a big cliffhanger because he makes one of Bellamy's crewmates basically kill Bellamy. And I want to just know like what this all means. And Doflamingo seems he seems to be going after the Straw Hats. But that's it for the whole arc. That's all we know so far. So
What do you think Doflamingo has a devil fruit, or
yes.
what do you think the name of it is, if you had to like guess?
I don't know.
Just honestly, think about how random and wacky these names are. Based on what you've seen so far, what he's able to do.
He said controlling bodies. Body, no.
Body, yaddy,
Body,
yaddy fruit.
yes, body, yaddy.
There's a body, yaddy fruit.
Yeah. But it leaves on such a cliffhanger because he walks away and says, a new era of champions is upon us. And then it goes back to the Straw Hats. So, it's interesting. Anyway, so that's how it kind of starts. Leaves you with a bit of a cliffhanger, and then we don't get back to that at all in this arc. So, who knows what this means. And then we jump back onto the ship, and as they're going to the next island, they spot a ship of a crew that seemingly is lost and long-faced with no flag on their ship. And then you learn that it's really good foreshadowing because they're very long-faced. There's no flag, and at first you're like, what does this mean? But then we find out later on. So it's really good foreshadowing. Yeah. And then sea monkeys come, and then that ship that had no flag gets taken under by the sea monkeys, and then the Straw Hats make their way to Long Ring Long Land. Yeah. What?
I'm just weak because you're just like, and then they landed there.
And then they get to Long Ring Long Land.
I mean, what'd you think about the island?
Okay. I kind of love it. It's so bizarre, so random, and so interesting. I thought, and I got excited for this, I thought this arc was going to be about how the Straw Hats turn long. Honestly.
You thought it was going to get really wacky?
Yeah, I thought they were going to turn long, and it's going to be their battle against that, because Luffy can already turn long, which was interesting, because he could do that. I don't know, it's all just but it was kind of unrelated. The fact that everything's long is completely unrelated to this plot. But it was fun. So I was really fascinated by the randomness and the bizarreness of this island. And I really like the random assortment of creatures. Like, it opens up with a white bear.
Yeah.
And then there's a dog. And then there's just, like, tall trees and really long fruit. And then there's this deer-looking thing. And then... So I really like the random assortment of creatures. Because it's like, what is this climate if all of these animals can live there? Yeah. And then... when we learn about it a little bit more, they joke that everything is long because everything longs for excitement, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then we also learned that they call the animals by their name except elongated. So instead of horse, it's horse, which was kind of cool.
Word.
And I kind of like the idea of the island because it is actually one single ring-shaped island, hence long ring, long land. However, based on the sea, based on the sea's tides, the long ring turns into 10 individual islands. So that's kind of cool. It's a cool concept.
I mean, you totally dubbed the old man. Because that's how you found out.
Yeah.
The old man on the stilts.
Yeah, the old man, he had my heart for a little while. Thanks to Luffy's competitiveness, because he thought the bamboo was trying to hurt him. Thanks to Luffy's competitiveness, we were introduced to the long man because he fell off the stilts because Luffy was trying to attack the bamboo because he thought it was whatever. Which was also kind of bizarre, the fact that he had stilts and his reasoning for loving stilts. It's all just weird. But
afraid of heights.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's how we were introduced to the old man on stilts, and the old man on stilts is the reason why we know about the island, because he gives them an introduction of the island and the sea's relation to the island and all those things. Yeah. And we learn that he has to now wait 20 years to see his villagers because they are nomads, but they're nomads on the same island. So every time that the sea tides lower.
Yeah. Makes it easier for them to like traverse across things like that.
So it was cool. Oh, and then the horse waited for him.
Loyal.
So cute.
Loyal horse.
Yeah, it's a very loyal horse, and he waited for the old man for 10 years because the old man was on the stilts for 10 years. And the horse was just chilling, waiting for him.
Wow.
Very sweet.
Not I. If I was a horse, not I. It'd be over. Yeah. But you did get a little worked up, actually, at this point, because you got introduced to him being with his horse, and it was rotting. Yeah. And that you were so stressed out when you thought the horse was dead, because
Foxy and his pirates just ruined this beautiful moment of them being reunited, and then Foxy just went and did whatever, shot something.
Soiled it.
Yeah.
He soiled it.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, that's how, like, so we get into, like, Foxy kind of messing everything up, and then, like, they corner Robin, and then with the Mary, they have it, like, kind of chained up so they can't go anywhere.
Yeah, there's, like, little paws that go around the Mary. It's just, this is where it gets, it's so random. It's like we're introduced to this island, and this old man, and the horse, and the idea of everything being long, which is where I thought we were going. And then all of a sudden, Foxy and his pirates, and the whole plot changes. I mean, obviously, the old man is still involved because Luffy's motivated to do the Davy back games because he hurt the horse. So that gives Luffy motivation to defeat him and
get back at him and stuff.
And get revenge on Foxy. But it's just so random, but it's fun. Yeah. Because of the randomness and bizarreness of this.
I mean, what'd you think about Foxy as a character?
He's annoying. He's annoying, and this is jumping it a little bit, but I don't like competition as it is at all. Like, I was kind of getting like the whole time because I just don't like watching competitions, and I just don't like it. I cringe.
Yeah, you were on edge the whole time. You're like, I don't like this.
But I really didn't like Foxy because of how much of a cheater he was. Like, you're making us do this game, yet you're being unfair this whole time. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really like Foxy.
What did you think about the Davy back fight overall, though? Also kind of cool, right? The whole Davy Jones locker, little pirate nods they bring
I like
into...
that, because I was a big Pirates of the Caribbean fan, so...
Not I. I don't know why.
So Davy back was kind of cool. I was frustrated at first that Luffy agreed to do it, but then I understood why he did it, again, because of the old man.
Honor, integrity.
Yeah. But again, I just don't like competition, so I was just kind of like, me.
All right. So I guess we'll get into what the Davy back fight is basically it's like this competition where there's like 3 rounds, and then they have different challenges. So we have 3 different. There's like this boat race, and then there's like this fake basketball thing, and then there's a combat round. And basically, each round, whoever wins gets to choose like what they want. So they could take a crew member from the competition's crew, or you can like take the flag or all types of other things. So that's basically how it ties back to the ship earlier. Because they lost the Davy back fight, so they took everybody they needed. So that's why it was just like a maroon ship.
That's where the foreshadowing came in. But the foreshadowing also came in where it's like they're longing for excitement. So that was my first thought of that crew was these people just left the island and they're so long-faced because they're on this long land island. But then you find out that it's actually because they just lost the Davy back fights or competitions.
So what do you think about the first part of the Davy back fight, the donut
race?
The boat race.
Okay, well, I got a little hype in the beginning because Usopp, Nami, and Nico Robin, I think, are a phenomenal trio for this specific competition because we have Nami the Navigator, we have Usopp, who's like quick on his feet always and comes up with the best things to just succeed, and then Nico Robin, who can turn her hands into any amount that she wants. Or number that she wants. So I thought they were really great for this competition together.
You had Zoro and Chopper.
Yeah, Zoro and Chopper, which was cute, but fail. And
Luffy and Sanji.
Luffy and Sanji, yeah, which also fail.
Fail.
But this is where I really started getting frustrated and like on edge because then Foxy kept on throwing in like little things to make them lose, and at first they succeeded because again Nami is a phenomenal navigator, so she knew how to work the sea at one point with the little whirlpool situation, and they were winning, and then this is where we learn of Foxy's devil fruit. He slowed them down and then they lost, and they were literally so close to the finish line and they lost.
What do you think about his devil fruit?
Real frustrated. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty dope, actually.
It's a cool devil fruit. It's dangerous. Like, really dangerous.
Yeah. If you're nice with it, because, like, even though he's a trash character, kind of, he was pretty resourceful with it. Because, like, I don't think I would have been as resourceful. I don't know. I'll probably do some funny stuff with that, actually. Definitely would use it if I were about to drop something.
True. Yeah, he's about to drop a wine glass.
Catch it. I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we end up losing this race, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get losing your boy Chopper. My man's
Which
going
made us
through it.
lose Chopper, yeah. That was sad. And then Zoro bothered me, and this wouldn't let Chopper show his feelings. He was like, be a man. And then Chopper stopped crying, but whatever.
Well, whatever, fine. I mean, we get some more Zoro though right after this in the second round.
Oh my god, I loved this. This was actually really funny to me.
So the second round is this groggy ring or whatever,
Yeah.
and Sanji and Zoro have to team up because originally supposed to be them two and Chopper, but Chopper got taken, and there's no substitutions. Which the rules in this whole situation is you're allowed to interfere, but you can't. You can't do.
Well, we know the rules are unfair. It's Foxy,
Yeah.
so. I loved this part. This was funny to me. Because we all know Zoro and Sanji, if they were to work together, they make a phenomenal team. Like, they are perfect duo together, but they just wouldn't, work together. And I kind of think, I mean, of course, they're just, like, being manly. I hate using that term, and I just use it for the second time within 5 minutes. But they're just being, like, manly or whatever. But a part of me thinks it's like a little competition for Nami, in my opinion.
You think Zoro's into Nami?
Based on their like love-hate relationship, I'm kind of like,
You shipping Zoro and Nami?
yeah, weird, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
shipping, that's the term. I'm shipping them.
That's the term. Yeah, that's what we say in the community, shipping.
Yeah, but they just like, why do they hate each other so much? They're both really badass, so I'm just like, why? Anyway, so I just like,
It's messy. It's messy on the Mary.
Maybe a little messy, a little mixy, but it was funny because my favorite line actually was, "You look." Oh, so not the only way Sanji agreed to be the ball, to have the ball on his head, was Nami was like, "You look great with that ball in your head." And then Zoro was like, "Yeah, you look like a prince of dumbass kingdom." And then I was weak. It was great. And then they started fighting again. They fought every 2 seconds. And then they were losing because they wouldn't work together. But then finally, they did work together. And it was so badass. And we just need more of that.
Yeah. They're a good team.
They really are.
That's what I think most people enjoy about this series. The characters really stay true to their personality.
Yeah.
So, like, there's moments you're like, they're really acting like how they would act. And it's annoying because you just know that you can make this so much easier if they would just get over themselves.
Yeah.
So,
and they did. And they worked together.
Yeah, and that worked out. We got Chopper back. You got a little confused at this point because you were like, wait, why are there? It looks like you're skipping episodes again. Because you were like, there's more matches, though. I'm like, no. We're not watching all that because it's a lot for you. I feel like.
Wait, is this where they got Chopper back, or didn't they get...
See, it gets you thinking about the anime. What they did is they added extra rounds versus what the manga had to, like, fluff it up. So, like, there's things that happen in the anime that you kind of notice that didn't really happen in the manga.
I thought it's when, like, he got the horse.
The horse thing, yeah. I don't even know if that's exactly what happened in the manga because I've only seen the anime version of it. But the whole Robin getting taken away and then coming back, because remember you saw Robin in the mask, like all of that, I don't think that happened. It's because it's only 3 rounds, but the anime made it so like it was like 7 rounds.
6, like, yeah.
6, 7, yeah. Let's get into the last round of the Davy back fight. The combat, Luffy versus Foxy.
Luffy's afro.
You were confused.
I was a little confused.
You was confused. You was like, why? What?
But it all made sense in the end. I mean, what better fight than a fight with an afro? We learned. I think Usopp was the perfect person to be in Luffy's corner. I thought, yeah, that made it all the better too, because every time it would pan to Usopp, he was being like the person in the ring, saying, "You got this." Yeah, there was a lot going on the ship in this fight, and of course it was because Foxy was being sneaky and cheaty. You know what I mean? And yeah, Luffy kept on falling, like, over and over again, and you see the Straw Hats, like, starting to lose a little bit of hope because of how many times he fell and how hurt he was.
Yeah, Foxy was putting in, that slow beam really was doing a number.
Yeah.
Because even though Luffy could have, like, washed him up, it was just, like, he was getting slowed up, so he couldn't really, he was just taking a whole bunch of unnecessary damage.
Yeah. We lost a little bit of hope, but Luffy kept on getting up, obviously, because it's Luffy. And there was this one part on the ship where there was a big mirror behind them, and the mirror broke. Thank goodness for that. This is where the afro comes in. So then they're up on the deck where everyone can see them, and Luffy just has like a little bit of an epiphany, like, oh, I think I know how to defeat him, because something falls out of his afro. And then they did like one final punch together, and they just like paused there, and everyone was like, what the heck is happening? And it's because Luffy took the mirror and bounced back the so-so beam.
Back on Foxy.
Yeah. So-so beam? Did I say that?
So-so beam, yeah.
So-so
I guess
beam.
it's
Back on Foxy. And then that's how we won.
It's word. Power of the Afro.
The power of the Afro.
The power of the Afro.
Yep.
So Davy back fights ends, and we get the results and everything. Like, we get everybody back.
Yep.
We, what else? We get the flag sail.
Yeah, we get Robin. This is where it gets confusing. We get Robin back. We get Chopper back. If Robin actually did go. And we got the flag sail, and then Luffy drew them a new flag sail. And then we also got, because they had, the deal was they could get 500 members total, so that was 3, and then they got 497 members.
Did you think that Luffy was going to really keep these people for a second?
No, they can fit on the go, Mary. I don't know. I thought they were going to leave him. I don't know what was going to happen. But then they left Foxy and the girl and the one other dude. And then the crewmates take the ship, so they sent them on this little boat to go away. And then the first task for the crewmates was to basically get off the crew. So then they went and chased Foxy. So that was a funny ending.
Yeah. So, I mean, overall, what'd you think about the Davy back fight portion of this? Like, you think it was...
It was suspenseful, I'm not going to lie, because like I feel like I've never seen... now Luffy gets pretty beat up. It was suspenseful. But it also was another sign, like, Luffy's lucky. He's one lucky pirate, because a lot of these times, I'm not saying that he's not skilled, because he is. Like, we can always rely on Luffy, too.
NANI?! お前はもう死んでいる。
But this was just another time, like, the first, like, let's go back to, Alabasta, when Nico Robin saves him out of the sand spinny thing, whatever it's called.
Sand dune. I don't know what it is. Sand pool? Sand
Like
pool?
quicksand almost?
Quicksand, yeah.
No, it wasn't quicksand. Whatever. We're a pool of sand. And Nico Robin saves him out of that. That was like one of the times we saw his luck. And this was another time, because if it wasn't for that mirror, he would have probably been defeated. So he's a skilled pirate, but he's also a very lucky pirate.
Yeah.
And we actually see that twice in this arc.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into in a second.
Because just when you think that shit was chill, just when you thought the stakes were low.
Yeah, we thought the arc was over after the whole Davy bath, but then we saw, what's his name?
Aokiji.
The Navy Admiral Aokiji.
Yeah.
And we were also then introduced to the idea of 3 vice admirals, and this is one of them. And we know that it's not a good thing because of Nico Robin's reaction to him. She's kind of like frozen and like, what the heck? So we learned that he has the chili fruit, which is a Logia devil fruit.
Look at you. You're starting to get comfortable with the whole Logia Parisia.
And yeah, we learned, this is where we're kind of introduced to the idea that Nico Robin might be hiding something, that she's up to no good because of the way he talks about her. Side note, one thing I'd really love to see, because of the ice fruit, is Ace versus him. Because fire versus ice.
Okay, Game of Thrones.
That would be fire. I hope that happens. Does that happen?
No pun intended.
Does that happen?
I can't really say.
That happens? But that'd be fire. That's the first thing I thought of, because I was like, oh, ice. Ooh, I know someone who has fire. Anyway. So, okay, we have to unpack a lot here. This was a huge scene, actually, because then we learn that Luffy has a grandpa, and he helped Admiral Aokiji. So we're like, who's Luffy's grandpa? And then I'm like, Goldie Roger. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. But it's very interesting. We just get a lot of, like, snippets of little things that were like, okay, well, I want more. What's going on? But that's interesting. So with Robin in this scene, we learn, again, a little bit a sneak peek of her mysterious backstory. And then one thing that Aokiji says is protecting that woman leads to regret. So it's just kind of like, why? So that's interesting. And then, yeah, what else about?
Yeah, I mean, he ends up, like, helping the people and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
there was, like, stranded.
There are people that ended up being stranded. And we learned that they eventually want to go to Water 7. Were they stranded from Water 7? Oh, no, they were stranded because of that frog that we learn more about in the next arc. But that random frog is what made them stranded.
Yeah.
And he helps them by basically freezing the water so that they can walk across.
Yeah, they was walking across to get to where they can get to, like, some Navy help. Because what was funny is that during all this, Aokiji was just randomly there, chilling, sleeping, because he has, like, this lazy personality. And
oh, yeah, that was pretty funny.
Luffy was, like, trying to choose violence the whole time. Yes. Forgetting that, like, technically he's the good guy. Yeah. And then they're, like, the bad guys. So he's like, why y'all trusted him? Why y'all think he's going to help you? And he's like, well, technically, yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah.
But then he, like, because they need the help, they go across the ice or whatever. That's when he shows his powers. And then after that, things go
yeah,
left.
It's like he was waiting for the people to leave, and then he basically battles them all.
Yeah.
First, he basically defeats Zoro, and he didn't know it was Nico Robin first. Yeah, he froze Nico Robin.
Tried.
Froze Nico Robin. He was about to, like, smash her, but then Usopp comes in with the right, it was Usopp that took him? Or
yeah,
not?
Usopp ran.
Usopp ran with Chopper, Nami, and
it was Chopper and Nami.
And Usopp, yeah. The three of them, they ran to the ship because they took Nico Robin's frozen body.
So many people.
And then Zoro and Sanji go for a hit, and Luffy, but they freeze. But Aokiji freezes the three of them, their arms, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Zoro and Sanji are ready to fight some more, and then Luffy was like, nah, leave this to me. And then they go back to the ship, and then Luffy's fighting him, and then Aokiji just freezes him quite easily, like very easily. Yeah. And this is where Luffy's luck comes into play again, because he's like, consider this my gift or a thank you for basically taking out Crocodile. And then he leaves him there frozen, and then they go and defrost him basically. But Luffy was lucky again, because he very easily could have just smashed him and he would have been gone, so. Lucky Luffy.
Lucky Luffy.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, so how do you feel on now you kind of watched it and somewhat rewatched now to kind of refresh yourself? What are you giving Long Ring Long Land out of a 10?
So like at first I was almost putting it on the same playing field as Skypiea because it didn't feel that significant to me. But then it did, but then it didn't. Last night I was gonna give it like a solid like 6.5 maybe, but I'm leaning more towards like a 6.9. I can't give it a 7 because like giving it a 7 is almost like giving like it the same as like I don't know.
Tread lightly.
I know.
Tread lightly.
Okay, so 6.9.
All right, 6.9
out of 10.
So I guess.
But I liked it. I did.
Yeah, I mean.
The competition was right, but.
I mean, I guess this is more of a. This is kind of the calm before the storm that is Water 7 for you, because we won't do all the Water 7. We won't do Water 7 now. Obviously, we'll do another video for that. But how are you feeling so far about Water 7 without saying too much?
It's making me feel like kind of uncomfortable, just because there's a lot going on and unfairness is at play, and I can't say much, but yeah, it's making me a little sad, a little on edge, because I just want to know some things that we can't find out yet, or we won't find out yet. So I'm on it. I'm on edge. I'm uncomfortable at some points.
Yeah, you've been cutting off the episodes more often.
I had to cut off an episode because I felt it in my stomach. I was like, nope, I gotta stop. Gotta go to bed.
No, I can't watch anymore. This is. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't like when people are like falsely accused of things.
Yeah.
So
at all, and that's happened.
So, I mean, that's it for there. So, we'll finish the video here since that's a little quick one. We only recorded 31 minutes, so it'll probably not even be that long.
And there's a lot of editing to do for this one.
Yeah. So, we'll end the video here. But before we end this video, if you have not already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, as well as hit that notification bell to get notified for more content that I put out. As well, if you're not enjoying this video, be sure to hit us with a like and leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on Long Ring Long Land. So, on that note, y'all, enjoy your life.
I'm feeling great and feel the vibe. I'm really grateful we alive. And I'm feeling great cause lately I've been on the way to something great. And I feel alive cause I create like every day and I'm on today.